Well, and this question could have been towards what kind of voice Josephine was singing in. So now you're going to get both. Let's ask Josephine. How would you describe the sound you were singing, Josephine?
Um, I would say it's a mix. I know I quite easily, I would say that a head mix is closer to me, but I think I was now trying to be more in a chest mix. But yeah, a mix for me, definitely.
Yeah. Sure. I would say yeah. And what do we mean by mix? I mean,
Yeah. Um, I mean, in a God, it's hard, but I mean, in a way, it feels like yeah, the two voices coming together and sort of like, or I don't know, can you say like the vocal folds, like how much they are engaged, or how do you anatomically describe a mix? That's actually a good question.
well, anatomically, it's hard to give an answer that suits everything because to be specifically exactly correct, you really have to have a camera looking down the individual singer's throat and monitor their exact sounds on a spectrograph. So it's hard, but generally what's going on in mix is you're having a good coordination and give and take of the CT, cricothyroid, and TA, thyroid arytenoid muscles. They do the trade-off, right? So the more the one is active, it changes the sound color. So in generally in mix, those two are working really well simultaneously.
Yeah.
Also, something to look for in mix is it's not a loud sound. It's never going to be a loud sound, and it has to do with though that muscle balancing. Because usually, to get a really loud sound, your vocal folds are going to have to resist the airflow more, and they're going to have to become stiffer, and in order to do that, and they're going to stick together longer. And in a mixed voice doesn't have that impact level. It doesn't need to create high volumes. So you're thinking usually mix is between a 3 and 6, probably four to the ideal mix volume is like around 4 and a 5. It just stays the same volume the whole time. But you do have some range of volume within there. But you're never going to get max volumes in a mix. Do you want to sing that section for us one more time?
Sure. Let me jump up, as we just talked about the importance of standing. But yeah, can you give me an A? Sorry. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I saved every letter you wrote me. From the moment I read them, I knew you were mine. You said you were mine. I thought you were mine.
Good. So if we talk about that section, um, I would say most people would say you're using head voice until the very end there.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
And we are getting super specific, but that's what most people would consider a head voice until
Mhm.
until you got to the end. Then I'm here, and then you were mine. Then you gave it a little bit of what some people would say was going into chest voice.
Mm. Oh yeah.
Are very broad. And depending on who you talk to, you might get the M1, M2 people joining in. You might get the neutral curbing people joining in. You might get the TA, CT dominant people joining in. There's a lot of different terminology out there for these sounds. But generally, now let's go into the next section because that one you were doing.
Oh yeah.
That section in there.
Yeah. You and your words flooded my senses. Your sentences left me defenseless. You built me palaces out of paragraphs. You built cathedrals.
Great, nice job. So then we got different things going on there as well. But you built cathedrals was definitely different from most of the rest of that. Would you agree?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It was chestier. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what I think people are asking, what's she using? Because you're using both. You're in and
Yeah.
out, which is what, people want. It's a beautiful sound.
Mm, mm.
See if we can do that all in a slightly, just give it start off on the U with a little bit more volume and then keep it there. You, mana, mana, mana.
Oh, yeah. You and your words flooded my senses. Your sentences left me defenseless. You built me palaces out of paragraphs. You built cathedrals.
Great, nice job. Now just one more time for fun. Now this is definitely less back and forth between head and chest, very very broadly.
Mm-hmm.
We're in that middle zone where people are going to start saying mix on the way to chest, a little bit more metal in there. Now do what we did today in the session. Go ahead and breathe through your nose. Find the expansion. La, da, 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 and continue that sound going on. Make it this nice stretchy
Yes.
sound.
Sure. You and your words flooded my senses. Your sentences left me defenseless. You built me palaces out of paragraphs. You built cathedrals.
Good, very nice, very nice. So now it's actually even more clear when you're doing chest to head.
Mm-hmm.
You're keeping them similar in volume level. Now take the beginning up a notch in volume, so we land with everything in chest.
Oh yeah. You and your words flooded my senses. Your sentences left me defenseless. You built me palaces out of paragraphs. You built cathedrals.
Yeah, excellent work, excellent work. Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Thank
So that's nice demonstration. So you've got one phrase in there, sentences, what's that?
Your sentences left me defenseless.
Okay. Is English your first language?
No.
And so right there, I'm hearing it's not your first language.
Mm.
You're getting a lot of chewy jaw tension.
Mm.
So your sentences build me defenses. Just go. Let your jaw be a little bit more loose, and just go through the word a little bit more with the voice.
Yeah. Your sentences left me defenseless.
Good. And so an American, for example, isn't going to say sentences left me defenseless. We're going to say sentences left me defenseless. So make the D sentences, more of a D, the T, instead of sentences, sentences with a little low D, and make that F defenses. Bring it down to a little baby lowercase f. Sentences left me defenses.
Your sentences left me defenseless.
Does that feel better to sing?
Yeah, definitely. It's smoother.
Nice work, nice work. So it's more smooth, it's easier to sing, and that's really how a native speaker is. Well, I can't really even say that because I correct native speakers on that all the time. So we're a little bit too precise in your pronunciation, and the reason why the t and the f up there are going to interrupt is because they require extra airflow, and in order to make those sounds, you have to let out more airflow through your vocal folds. So you're going whoop, 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 whoop. And so we want to keep those little interruptions small.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll also keep you in more of the same setting. But yeah, excellent job. Thanks for the demonstration, Josephine.
Thank you.
And somebody put in there probably more chest mix than head, and other people said the straw exercise would help. Breathe into relaxation, not tension, support. So there's a lot of comments. Yeah. So nice. It's nice to read comments with people thinking, and I think everybody should just view that as, positive, constructive ideas. Thanks again to Josephine and Milena for singing.